What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, I appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So, this is a continuation of my series of horror films I'm talking about because that's something I'm very passionate about, something I love. And I want to talk about 5 films that I think are um, underrated. These are 5 movies that I think um, in their own right are really good, are really enjoyable, and they just don't get the recognition they deserve. But again, I hate when people overtalk it. It's not that deep. It's not that like difficult, and it just get to it. So let's just get to it. First thing we want to talk about is Grace, and essentially, Grace is about a um a mother who she and her husband get in a tragic car accident, and the husband dies, and she is informed that her child, unborn child, died as well. However, the woman decides to um, have the baby full term. And when she does, the baby comes out, and at first, the baby is dead. But then the baby comes to life. And what we see from there is a testament to what a mother would do for her child. The lengths she will go, the obstacles she will um sh- the obstacles that she will uh, take, and the absolute instinct of what a mother will, the love that the mother has and what she will do for her child, no matter what it is. Um, this is the truly, at times, very, especially considering it's a baby, very unsettling film, I think is the right term. But it's so good. It's such a good movie. Um, Paul, I'm gonna butcher his last name. It's French. Solet, I think is the proper pronunciation, but I could be completely wrong. But Paul Solet, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, did this film. He did another movie that I will be covering at some point in time called Dark Summer. Another really underrated film that's super good. And he did one of the shorts on the anthology film Tales of Halloween. Probably another movie I'll do because I don't think that movie gets the love it deserves. That's a great anthology. But this was his, I believe, his first film. Um, but it's a really good movie. And really unsettling. Um, you have the mother-in-law, so the woman's deceased husband's mom, who's just a complete bitch. Oh man, I can't stand that woman. But the ending is kind of like, damn. But Grace is worth seeing. Um, Talk about sacrifice. The ending will really leave your jaw like, oh shit. Let's just say it's breastfeeding. I'll leave it at that. It's awesome but gross. Um, but just the movie. This movie was a um surprise. I was surprised how good it was, and the fact they had the balls to do it, where you know baby basically the baby essentially lives off blood. That's what the baby needs to survive. Anything else she tries to feed her baby, he vomits. So blood, blood's the literally the thing that keeps it alive. Um, so yeah, Grace is a really just unsettling, fun, just really well made film. I wish Paul Solet would come back to horror and make some more films. I maybe he has, but if he has, I just haven't heard anything about him. Um, the films I mentioned, the only ones I know of, but I think he's a really talented filmmaker. Adam Green produced this. It's through, I don't even see it, Aeroscope, which is Adam Green's production company. He even makes a small little cameo in in the supermarket. Not very big. It's a very small blink you miss a cameo, but that's um a fun little piece of trivia about the film and a good segue into our next movie. The next horror movie I think is completely underappreciated and deserves more praise is a found footage film. And I know everyone is split on found footage. Some people absolutely love it. It's a favorite form of filmmaking. Some people are so on it, and then some people absolutely hate it. They can't stand it. I'm more so in the middle. I don't absolutely love it. It's not my favorite. I don't hate it. I'm very just, if it's a good movie, I'll watch it regardless of what it is. My next movie is Digging Up the Marrow. Um, Directed by Adam Green. And it's kind of like he plays himself. So yeah, Adam Green plays himself, and this kind of mockumentary-ish style. Essentially, what it is some guy comes up to him and says, "Hey, I want you to help me to make this movie. It's about this place called Amero. It's a place where monsters really exist. They really come out, and I wanna, show it to the world." Adam Green doesn't know what he finds out as he talks to other directors, and you get lots of cool cameos. Um, you get like Tom Holland, the director of Fright Night and Child Play, of course. Um, Mick Garris, of course, Hocus Pocus. Um, just trying to think who else. There's a bunch of guys show up in this movie, and it's just a really cool. And they show up, and he tells them, "Hey, I'm about to make this movie, this documentary. I prove monsters are real with this guy." He tells them the guy name, and they're like, "Yeah, he came to me too. Like the guy's nuts." Um, so and the guy who claims the monsters are real is Ray Wise. Of course, if you're a Twin Peaks fan, you know him from that. But it's a really good, fun, self-referential found footage film. And the ending is pretty badass. I love the ending. And you get all these creature designs, and the artist is Alex um Hardy. I'm not good at I am abysmal at pronouncing names. So please forgive me. But Alex Pardee or Pardee. Um Again, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I don't even say if. I probably am. So I apologize. But his creature designs that they use in this movie, you also have like some drawing because like the guy shows Adam Green drawings. Like, hey, here's one of the monsters I saw. And they're amazing. They're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. So This is um, highly recommended. I especially if you're a monster fan. If you're a fan of monsters, if you're a fan of creature features, this has to be something that's on your watch list. It is so good. I highly recommend Digging Up the Marrow. Adam Green. I love his movies. The Hatchet series, this Frozen. The guy just, at least to me, just doesn't miss. And he produced a lot of good films too. Grace being one of them. All right, next. This is actually one of my favorite slashers. I love this film. This film is so good. Oh man, I can't wait. Okay. Stage Fright. So essentially, um this opera singer gets murdered. You fast forward years later, her husband and her two kids, who he's the stepdad, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, he played by Meatloaf. And he's one of my favorite rock stars of all time. I love Meatloaf. Rest in peace, sweet Meatloaf. Um, his performance in Rocky Horror Picture Show will always be just peak cinema. That's his performance in that was amazing. But anyway, Meatloaf is in there. He plays the husband of the opera singer who gets murdered. And he opens up it's like this singing camp, this arts camp where people come and they do a play and they do props and they learn how to the students are the director, the producer, the art design, everything. They hold a play every year, and then they sell tickets to it to raise money for the camp. Actually, a really fun movie. It's really good. Everyone in this movie is absolutely amazing. The songs are actually really good. It's a musical, but I never feel like that takes away from the movie or how good of a slasher it is. I think the mask is like a um yeah, it's the mask is super unique. Um and what's even cool about it is that um so that this particular year the play is I want to say it's um shoot like that. Um you can sit down if you're good. You can walk away. He knows he's not gonna be good. Um and the play is I don't remember the name of the play, but what they do is the director's making his own version of it. Is set in um like ancient Japan, and so you have like these geishas and this Japanese like aesthetic, and the mask kind of like looks like something you would see in like ancient Japan. It's so cool. It's such a cool movie. The songs are actually really, really well done, really good. They go along in the movie very well. They fit it very well, and essentially the two kids, the ones that were the opera singer's children. That Terry, will you go, or at least move out the way, please? Thank you. Um, they work at the camp, and then technically not allowed to participate because, of course, they work there. These other kids, they pay to go there. It's not free. So, you know, their stepdad, I guess, Meatloaf, he like, "Hey, you guys work here. You help with the camp, but you guys can't participate because, you know, um, these kids are paying for this. You're not." But she, meaning that the daughter of the opera singer, is so good that they say, "Hey, I want her to play." And so she goes, and I mean the kills are amazing. Um, some really creative kills, some really brutal. The brutality in this is actually pretty up there, and it's just a really fun slasher flick, and like I said, it's unique because it's a musical. It's unique because of the design. Um, but this is just a really good, solid slasher film that deserves to be seen a lot more. Next is a personal favorite of mine from when I was young, and it's They. Wes Craven Presents. Now, I don't think Wes Craven really had anything to do this. This is the time when Wes Craven's name was like huge, and they would slap his name. I say, hey, listen, can we slap your name on this film just to give a boost? And he'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't think he really had much to do with it, if I'm being honest. But anyway, the politics aside, this is such a great film. Well, I say great. A really good hidden gem. So essentially, this girl, actually the same girl who played the wife from Dead Silence, she's in this. So she's amazing in this. She really is. But essentially, she's a young woman who is in school to become a psychologist. Um, and one day, a childhood friend of her meets up at like a diner. He tells her, "Hey, they're after me." She's like, "Who?" And he's like, "Remember we used to have night terrors?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like those weren't just night terrors. Those were like them basically telling us to come in. She's like, "Listen, calm down. You know, I can help you," but he he takes his own life. And from there, just a spiral where she's being haunted and hunted and tormented by these creatures. And she finds out that these creatures are like from another dimension, and certain children are picked. And they know they're picked because they have night terrors during their childhood, and when they grow older, they're targeted by these beings. Now, I'm not gonna say this is like I said. I said it was a great movie. I kind of corrected myself. It's not a great movie, but it's I think well done. I think it's a great creature feature. And I think the performances in this film are really good. The main thing that I've heard criticized is the script, but I I I don't have an issue with it. Um, I'm always somebody who I'm a firm believer in this. If you think you can do better than the script, write one. Well, it's not that easy. Exactly. Someone took the time to write this. Someone took the time to shoot this. I don't I don't like sitting here and saying, oh, someone's art is bad because it didn't fit my expectations. Um, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. That being said, like I was saying, regardless of what other people have complained about, I think this film is very entertaining. I think the performances are really good, and I forget the lead actress's name. I don't. Um, Laura Reagan. Yeah, I think that's her. Like I said, she was also the wife in Dead Silence. I don't know her from anything else off the top of my head, but Two great. I keep saying great. You know what? Fuck it. Two great films. I love this movie. I've liked this movie since I was a kid. I remember seeing it when I was really, really young. I mean, what year did it come out? 2001, 2? Has to say on here somewhere, right? It doesn't say. Why doesn't it say it? Oh, two. Okay, it doesn't say. Why it doesn't say is so beyond me. Normally that should be on there. Anyway, regardless, um, like I was saying, I adore this movie. So, is well worth seeing. It is, I guess, a really great creature feature. Um, the atmosphere I think is really, really just dread inducing and just there's some really good moments in here. This is a good movie. Don't listen to what anyone has to say. You know, Dead Silence, when that came out, everyone said that sucked. That's a cult classic. So you know what? Fuck people in their high standards. The ones that drink and have their pinkies up. Fucking prudes. Movie's great. I don't take it back. Finally, last one. This is a newer film, but damn, it's a good one. Not newer, Jesus. 2015, so that's what? Over 10 years ago. Getting old. But we are still here. So a family moves into this new house in this new town and kind of starting over. This couple, older couple. Their son tragically died in a car accident. I think while he was at college, but regardless. And so they moved in. It's a very weird town, but they're like, small town, kind of weird. That's to be expected. And so things go on, no big deal. But then the town people started acting even weirder and kind of just strange. And the house is definitely giving off bad vibes. And I love the design of the ghost. I think it's super unique. I think it was a bold choice, but I think it worked. I think Crampton. Barbara Crampton is in this. The great Barbara Crampton. She's wonderful in whatever she's in, and this is certainly no exception. But everyone in this film, I think, does an amazing job. It is so good. The tension, the dread, the atmosphere is just heavy the whole entire time. This is such a treat to watch, and for a haunted house film, it is gory. I mean, if you're a gore hound, maybe for 90% of the film you won't really feel satisfied, but for that last 10%, you will be happy. Let me tell you that. But it's a really good movie, really well done. It not only is it worth seeing, it's worth owning. Obviously, I'm a big physical media guy. I think physical media is the way to go. But just a great movie, so well done. Everyone in it is amazing. Everyone there is absolutely just out of this world, and it's a film that needs to be seen, should be seen, and yeah, like I said, the last 10, maybe 15, now about 10 minutes are just badass. But and you wouldn't expect that from a haunted house film, but it is. But these are the movies, 5 films. We are still here. They Stage Fright, Digging Up the Marrow and Grace. 5 films, all worth your time, all worth the purchase. Now you're trying to say, where do I start my physical media collection? Gotta start somewhere, eventually. So why not start with these and see what it takes you? But I'll have more coming soon. Like I said, I even mentioned a couple here. Dark Summer, I think, is a really good film. Tales of Halloween is a very underseen, underappreciated horror anthology. It was amazing. Mike Mendez, Paul Tollett. Who else is? The guy who did The Descent. Jesus, Neil Marshall. I think there's like the guys who did. I think the guys who directed Starry Eyes. As a matter of fact, I might be mistaken. I'm not mistaken that she's in it, but I don't know if she's in their short or not, or even if they did direct one. I don't recall. But I believe the guys who directed Starry Eyes did one of the shorts. And again, I'm not good with names. Alex Esso, the main actress of Starry Eyes. I know she's in the film, and I do believe she reunites with her Starry Eyes director for that short. I might be wrong though. Maybe my memory isn't serving me correctly, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But anyway, we might have to do that one next time, Tales of Halloween, because that's definitely worth talking about. But these 5 are the 5 we want to focus on today. These 5 are all great. They're all amazing. And like I said, all of them deserve to be seen more, appreciated more, and loved more. Because like I said, even like with Day, that was kind of panned when it came out. Um, and I think it was so undeserved. Um, that's a really good movie. And especially with creature features, good creature features, they're not exactly easy to come by. So, there are plenty of them, but really good ones, not so much. So, anyway, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I love to hear what everyone else thinks. Have you seen any of these movies? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Why do you hate them? Um, and I love to see what everyone thinks. All right, till next time, guys. Have a good one.